Alright, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am, and I've got a crazy story for you guys today about a customer one of y'all had to deal with when they were working the overnight shift at a drive-thru. The person who sent this in to me is on their grind. They're saving up to start their own business, so they picked up a second job at night working the drive-thru just to get some extra cash. They have a job during the day too. But they're just really about that hustle. And it's not like working the drive-thru at night is the most glamorous job of all time. It's a little bit less scary than the SpongeBob episode where they're taking out the trash at night. You know, 99% of the time, it's people that are just hungry, tired, maybe a little bit confused because it's late. But they're there, they order the food, you give them the food. It's a pretty simple job, you know? And it's not like he planned on wanting to do this forever. He would have been fine with it if that's what he had to do, and there's nothing wrong with that. He just, was doing it to earn a little bit of money at the time, so he looked at it kind of like a fun thing to do. Which I know sounds dumb, but whatever. If you're gonna have to work a second job, you might as well try to make the most out of it. And he had seen a bit of characters, the people that are coming through the drive-thru at 2 in the morning aren't exactly, always super normal. It's not that everyone's weird, but every now and then you'd bump into a character or two. And one night, it's weirdly slow. It was like a Wednesday. He had started on a Tuesday, but it's a Wednesday at 3 in the morning, and he's just kind of standing there, and there hasn't been a car in a while. But he watches this car kind of very slowly creep up next to the drive-thru speaker, and he's watching it on the camera. So there's the place to talk into, the microphone thing, and if you look up, there was a monitor so you could see. And it was hard to talk and look at the monitor at the same time, but because the person hadn't rolled down their window yet, he's just watching it up on that monitor. And the window rolls down, and he's really confused because he sees that the person in the car is wearing a Darth Maul mask. And if you don't know what Darth Maul looks like, just go ahead and give it a Google real quick. It's a very, scary looking mask if you don't know what it is. If you didn't know it's Darth Maul, a Sith from Star Wars, you would probably assume it's someone, trying to cosplay as a demon. It's just kind of a weird looking mask, but obviously the person that sent this to me knows what Star Wars is, so they were like, oh, the guy's wearing a Star Wars mask in the drive-thru at 3 a.m. That's a little weird. And he doesn't mention the mask at all. He doesn't say anything. He starts talking. And so he looks down at the microphone to be able to reply. And he literally taps his headset to make sure that it's working correctly because it doesn't sound like it's working correctly. Because whatever Darth Maul is trying to order is coming out as words just slurring together. Chicken nugget. So it's he's already in a state of mind where maybe his thoughts aren't the most organized. He's already having a hard time talking, and someone who's already having a hard time talking wearing a Darth Maul mask doesn't help. You ever tried to have a conversation with someone in a Halloween mask? You can't really hear anything. So he's having a really hard time understanding anything that Darth Maul is saying. So he tries to nicely kind of let him know that he can't understand his order. He doesn't understand what he's saying. So he says, "Excuse me, sir, I can't hear you." And apparently Darth Maul did not like that. If that was crossing the line, that was initiating ritual combat to the death. Because Darth Maul just starts angrily now saying, whatever is coming to his mind at the speaker, and he doesn't even know what he's saying because it's not coming out well. It's just very obvious from the way Darth Maul is waving his hands and, angrily yelling at the speaker that he's upset. He can't really make out what he's saying at all. Not a lot of it is intelligible. He's just I don't like you, and you don't tell me to calm down and take my order. Just not making any sense. So whatever, he tries to say again that I can't understand you. So he looks down at the microphone and says, "Sir, I can't understand you." Not trying to be rude. He doesn't say, "Hey moron, I don't understand what you're saying." Nothing like that. All he says is, "Sir, I can't understand you," as nice as can be. And he hears a smack, and he's not sure if his headset or something is wrong, so he takes off his headset and looks, and as he's looking at his headset, it sounds like something smacks again, and then there's just some more random screaming, and he's listening to this while looking at the headset, and the guy is screaming so loud that he can feel the vibration coming out of the headset, and so he's confused because there's no way he's able to be that loud into the speaker from the car. The microphone's pretty sensitive because it has to pick you up in your car over your car. So it almost sounds like, you know, when someone on an Xbox swallows their microphone and just starts screaming into it, like, except really, really loud. That's what it sounds like. So he looks back up to the monitor. He had to look down at the microphone. It wasn't like on the headset, which is dumb. I just assumed that every drive-thru had the phone call headset thing, but his microphone was like mounted to his monitor. But he looks up, and Darth Maul has gotten out of the car and is now right up against the drive-thru speaker, basically having his face pressed against it, and he's just screaming into the drive-thru machine. And so he says, "Sir, please get back into your car." And that makes Darth Maul snap from just screaming at this machine to now, like, challenging it to a fight. It looks like he's squaring up with it. You know when two frat bros are about to fight and they're, like, just bumping chests and they're like, "What's up, bro? What's up, bro? What you gonna do, bro? What you gonna do about it, bro? You gonna do nothing, bro? That's right, bro." Like, that's kind of what he's doing, except it's a drive-thru speaker. So it's not saying anything back. It's not like it's squaring up to him. It's an inanimate object. You might as well have got out and, like, fought a toaster. That's how productive this is. But whatever, he's squaring up with it, and so he goes to remind him again where he is, and he's like, "Sir, this is the drive-thru." He does not work at a Wendy's. He did not get to say, "Sir, this is a Wendy's," unfortunately, but he's like, "Sir, you're at the drive-thru. Please get back into your car. The drive-thru speaker has nothing to do with what's going on." Except Darth Maul is so out of it. I mean, he drove down here in a Darth Maul mask and tried to order food and can't talk, so he's pretty out of it. And he's watching on the screen as Darth Maul punches this, like, ordering machine. And the machine is fine, you know, the speaker's made out of metal. And Darth Maul doesn't seem to be hurt at first, so he's assuming he's okay, but he watches him reach back and punch again. And this time, nothing happens to the drive-thru machine, because it's made out of metal. But he sees Darth Maul grabbing his fist like it hurt, and so he laughs a little bit. Not because it's funny he got hurt, but imagine this situation. You're working your overnight shift at your job. Some guy walks up wearing a mask, gets so angry that you can't understand what he's saying that he gets out and starts trying to fight an inanimate object and then punches it and, like, his hand hurts. It's not that him being hurt is funny, but the entire situation altogether is so stupid you can't help but laugh. Well, I guess it picked up his laugh a little bit on the headset. And of course, Darth Maul does not like to be laughed at. Cut in half by Obi-Wan maybe, alright? There's nothing he can do to avoid the truth, but he is not something to be laughed at. So he turns back to the drive-thru speaker machine because it was almost like he was walking away, and he just pulls out his inner karate master. He had watched Cobra Kai on Netflix apparently, because he just starts unleashing like an angry fury of punches, looking like a fighting type Pokemon out there. And he has his little anime moment. He's probably like punching this drive-thru speaker machine for about 15 seconds. And he finally stops and he's like huffing, puffing, all out of breath. But he's not the big bad wolf because the drive-thru speaker machine is still there. Believe it or not, even if you're really mad and you punch something really hard a lot, if it's made out of metal, your fists are not going to do a whole lot to it. Even if you were playing Minecraft, man, good luck breaking like an iron block with your hands, am I right, guys? I just don't know why you would want to punch anything that's made out of a hard material at all. Like, even if you theoretically could cut down a tree with your hand, I don't know why you would choose to if you didn't have to. But, you know, the machine's not broken. I'm not sure about Darth Maul's hands, but he starts yelling something into the drive-thru speaker, still hard to understand through the mask, about how they should learn a lesson, and that's not how they treat customers. And he was very upset. But he gets back in his car, and he starts trying to order food. He's like, "I want a number 8. And he gets on the microphone, and he's like, "Dude, I'm not gonna serve you." And he's like, "Why not?" And he starts explaining because Darth Maul just got out of the car and attacked the building and he needed to get out of there, otherwise they'd be calling the police. And sure enough, Darth Maul just peels out of there, flies out of there like way too fast, who knows what on. And so the worker goes to tell his manager what happened just because he didn't know if there was going to be any damage to the speaker. He just wanted him to know about it. And his manager, like, rolls his eyes, not at the worker, but at the situation, as if this happens all the time. And he's like, the guy with the masks is back. The guy with the masks? You're telling me this is a regular occurrence? Is it not always the Darth Maul mask? Why does he have so many masks? Why does he choose to, like, wear them to the drive-thru? Is this normal behavior? Is he on something? I have so many questions. But whatever, they go out to check on the machine, and the guy who sent the story into me had started this job a few months ago, so like he had some experience, but he hadn't been there a long time. But the manager had been there for a very long time. And he says that the guy that owned this particular franchise had been annoyed because cars had run over the drive-thru speaker a few times. So he had gone and like gotten an enforced one that was made to be able to like not be knocked over if someone gently ran into it. It would still move if someone like smacked the crap out of it with a car, but it was made to not be easy to move. So they go up and there's no dents whatsoever in it, because if it's made to withstand a car, I'm pretty sure it's going to be able to withstand a fist. And the manager literally tells him that like this one had been hit by a car before and they had just had to buff out the dent a little bit. So, I'm not saying that Darth Maul would have had a chance against any type of metal box. I feel like punching metal's just not gonna go well for you, period. Even if you dent the metal, you're still gonna hurt your hand, you know? But he was definitely not gonna win this fight. He happened to pick like the Fort Knox of drive-thru speakers. I didn't even realize that people would reinforce them because they get hit by cars so much. I wonder how strong the McDonald's drive-thru things are, dude. Like, it could a Category 5 tornado just come right over the top of it and it would do nothing. I didn't even realize that was a thing. I would love to know what Darth Maul thought the next morning, you know? Like, he probably goes home, doesn't really remember coming home. I'm just assuming, never drive on anything that's insanely dangerous, but if you, like, can't talk and you're fighting a drive-thru machine, I'm going to assume that you are not in the perfect state of mind. Like, I'm just gonna have to assume that. Maybe that's just how he acts. I hope not. Either way, he probably doesn't remember getting home. He wakes up the next morning. His fists are just like swollen. What did I do, man? Like, what did I do? He looks around. He sees the Darth Maul mask on the ground. Oh no, I was possessed with the power of Darth last night. He just goes full Darth Maul. Whatever mask he has on, he has like, what is it when actors go full blown? The method acting. He becomes a method acting version of whatever mask he has on. Jim Carrey would like to have a word about rebooting the mask with you, man. I don't know. I just feel like this guy's got to just keep it to himself. You want to get messed up and wear your mask, man? That's cool. Don't drive, all right? And don't fight the drive-thru speaker. I also love how he just took his anger out on the drive-thru speaker. At least Darth Maul didn't get up to the window and then get all pissed off, start trying to drag the person that sent this into me out of the drive-thru window, being like, "You didn't give me enough French fries." In the way his manager had said the mask guy was back, he was really hoping that this was going to become, like, not a regular occurrence. This isn't something that you want to deal with on a regular basis, but he hoped he at least got to, like, see what other masks the guy would wear or whatever. Like, why was this guy so well known to everyone around here but him? But unfortunately, or I guess fortunately for everybody, he never saw him again. I wonder if, like, waking up the next morning with your fist swollen makes you realize that you have to give up your dream of, like, becoming Darth Maul and going to the drive-thru. Even if you actually were Darth Maul, he doesn't strike me as a fast food guy. He, like, literally survived on pure hatred for years after being cut in half because he just wanted revenge. That doesn't strike me as somebody that would want anything related to a Happy Meal within, like, the same entire ballpark, all right? I know it wasn't a McDonald's, but I'm just saying, Sith Lords don't strike me as people that would love a good burger. Darth Vader isn't sitting there like, "I just force-choked 40 people. Someone get me some chicken nuggets with sweet and sour sauce." I just feel like they eat very bland things. Sith Lords definitely bust down very heavily on some asparagus. Like, that's the type of vibe that they've got going on. Anyways, that's enough pouring into the apparent diet of Sith Lords for the day. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. I know I've been doing a little bit shorter ones. They've just been fun. They've been really fun to make. You guys have been sending me good ones too. I've got a special video coming tomorrow for Halloween that's going to be a bit longer, so if you've been missing those, that's going to be back. But yeah, on that note, that'll do it for the video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to press the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought. And of course, subscribe if you're new. And if you like listening to these, but you'd rather listen to the audio, I do post them on Spotify. You can find that link down below in the description. But yeah, on that note, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. I'm going to go fight a drive-thru speaker. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.